you doing, guys? It's Dean here from WeCoach Crypto. I hope you're keeping well and I hope you're having a great week. Right, I wanted to do a quick video on how a stock market crash would affect the crypto market. A lot of people have been asking me this question over the last couple of weeks, especially in my inner circle. I've done a few voice notes in my inner circle explaining what I believe would happen to the crypto market if a stock market crash happened. Now, it's not just me talking about a stock market crash and me bringing it up as a kind of uncorrelated subject that is, just bringing it out of nowhere. A lot of banks are starting to kind of put the warning signs up. A lot in the media, like Wells Fargo, Citibank, Bank of America, are starting to call that the stock market is overvalued. The stock market has only been going one way since the crash of 2008-2009. A lot of analysts saying it's in a bubble, it's in a huge bubble. When it comes down, it's going to come down 70-80%. And I can only agree with them because the stock market is overvalued, in my opinion. It's down to the Federal Reserve and other central banks propping up these markets. Because if you look at the general economy globally is literally, it's on its knees. We are struggling as a global economy. It's, GDP in each country is all down. Just people are struggling. And the stock market's doing one thing and the economy is doing one thing. There's no correlation there. But moving on as to why I think the stock market would affect the crypto market, you've got to look at the stock market as a whole. Look at like the American markets, look at the European markets, look at the Asian markets, and you put all that together, you're talking hundreds of trillions of dollars floating around in these markets. Okay, and when that collapse comes, okay, I'm not saying it's going to happen today, and I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. But there are warning signs out there now that saying that something is around the corner. And what we want to look at, because we're all in the crypto market, is how would it affect the crypto market? And in my opinion, I think it would have a very detrimental effect. And this could happen at any point. Okay, there are a few indicators. One being the bond market, the 10-year Treasury note. If that spikes out of control, that will put pressure onto the stock market. The stock market will sell off. And in my opinion here, and this is just my opinion, guys, I suggest you guys do your own research. I believe once the stock market comes down, okay, that's going to take every other market down with it. It did it in 2008. It took the property market with it. It took a lot of other markets down with it. The stock market was pretty much finished, went down to like 70-80%. Now, the crypto market went around then. It is around now. And you've got to look at the size of the crypto market. The crypto market is, what, 2 trillion? You're talking hundreds of trillions of dollars are going to leave a market in an aggressive fashion at one point or another. So what's that going to do? That's going to put pressure on every other market. When the markets collapse, like when the stock market collapsed in 2008, where did the money go to? Because it didn't go to money heaven. It moved back into cash, and then it looked for undervalued assets, i.e. gold and silver. Okay, it made a sharp exit out of the stock market into gold and silver. Okay, so what's going to happen when the stock market collapses? I believe when this does happen, we're going to see a mass exodus out of the stock market. Okay, the stock markets, should I say, global stock markets as well. And it's going to move into cash, which we one indicator, you'll see that the dollar starts strengthening before this happens. Okay, weak dollar means the money is out there looking for yield in stock markets, bonds, crypto, precious metals, other kind of moving markets that can bring you yield back on your money. But when the dollar strengthens, that shows you that money is moving out of these risk investments back into a stable dollar. Now, when this crashes, it will go back into the dollar. You'll start seeing it in the dollar. You'll start seeing it in the bond market. The bond market is where it's proven that that's where the bond market will go first, because the bond market's a lot bigger than the actual stock market. Okay, that's the debt market. When the yield starts to spike on the 10-year Treasury note, okay, you're going to start seeing pressure on the stock market. Stock market will start selling off, and I believe the crypto market will start selling off as well. Okay, I can't guarantee it, but that's what kind of common sense it will happen. It will be fear in the markets. Fear. Everybody wants to get back into cash. Nobody wants to hold anything that could potentially go down. They want to be in stability. Stability is known as the dollar, the pound, the yuan, the euro, depending on which market you're working in. So I believe crypto will have a massive sell-off just as much as the stock market. I can't guarantee it, but that's what I believe will happen. And once that happens, okay, what you're going to see is you're going to see that all the markets come down. Okay, you're going to see money sitting in cash. You can see it's all sitting in cash into dollars. And then what's going to happen after that? Money don't die and go to money heaven. It's going to go back into an alternative asset class, an undervalued asset class, which will be crypto, I believe. and precious metals. And there'll probably be a couple of other markets that we'll go into. Okay, so what that poses an opportunity. So if the stock market continues going up now, and the crypto market continues going up, and we hit say 8 trillion, and we hit say, just for example, 100,000 Bitcoin. Okay, before the stock market starts turning around and going south, it collapses and crashes. What would be a wise idea to do? Because this is the kind of strategies we're talking about in my inner circle. It would be a good idea to get your money back into cash, let the market crash. Okay, let the market collapse. Obviously, this is only if you understand how it works and you can see the signals of when this is going to happen. Let the market crash, and then you're going to buy your Bitcoin or your crypto back at a much cheaper rate, a huge discount. You know, like they say, millionaires and billionaires are made in crashes. They're not made when the market's going up. It's when you buy. So when this happens, you want to make sure you're ahead of the curve. You know what you're doing. You're educated, and you can take advantage of a market crash. A market crash isn't bad. All it's doing is just transferring wealth from one place to another. It's going to come out the stock market. It's going to go back into cash. Then it's going to look for undervalued assets. And I believe crypto is going to be one of the main ones, as well as precious metals. So, guys, as long as you're ahead of the game, crashes can be good. Okay, they are frightening. There will be a lot of panic in the markets. There will be, you know, when the stock market goes down 80%, you're going to hear so many people saying stay away from crypto. But then you're going to see the smart money buying it. You know, like we had a crash a couple of months ago of what, 50%, 60%. Okay, that will be nothing in comparison, in my opinion here. When the stock market goes, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the crypto market. I believe the crypto market will sell off aggressively. It's everybody just trying to get out all at once, which you're going to see the prices tumble. You've seen it back in 2008 when the stock market crashed. It took like 10 years, or it took like 10 years to get up to certain highs, and in 2 months that's all gone. That's a transfer of wealth. That's everybody just trying to get out and getting back into cash and looking for undervalued assets. Guys, if there's anything that I can help you with, you want to join our inner circle, or you want information off me and Funcho, we're more than happy to help you. Another thing I want to say, guys, is I want to say a big thank you to one of my very close friends and someone that I'm working with very closely, Jordan Harry. Okay, he works with he partners with the Bearable Bull. If you've seen the Bearable Bull on YouTube, on social media, the guy is an absolute whiz. He's absolute, you know, a brain box when it comes to XRP and the Flare networks and what the Flare networks are going to do. And obviously, if you guys have been watching us, if you held XRP, you were eligible to get the Flare token Spark, okay, off the Flare network. The Flare network's doing massive things. I've just had an hour meeting with Jordan Harry now, and he's been literally just educating me on how the Flare network's going to work, and the opportunities in it are just absolutely just incredible. So any of you guys that are in XRP and you've had your Flare tokens, you're eligible to get another like 4 or 5 tokens just off the back of having the XRP token. We will show you in due course how to claim all these tokens, but let me tell you one thing. Don't sleep on the Flare network. The Flare, everybody that I'm speaking to is that is getting these tokens are like, oh, we're going to sell them on the exchange, we're going to sell them. I'm not doing that. Not after the conversation I've had and the research I've done into what the Flare network's actually going to do. And it's going to be mind blowing. It's the only token that is going to be listed on 100 exchanges at launch. No other token's ever done that. So that tells you that if it's on Coinbase, Binance, all the big exchanges, that tells you what they're going to be doing as a platform and as an ecosystem. Guys, don't sleep on the Flare network. Jordan Harry, you're an absolute boss. I really appreciate your time, my brother. I'll tag Jordan Harry at the bottom of this video. Give this guy a follow. He is miles ahead of anybody, and his team are miles ahead of anybody when it comes to XRP and the Flare networks. Have a great day, guys. Keep winning. If you've got any questions, hit me up.